Hey Modrunners, welcome to another episode. Today's episode is more of a special event episode. Today I'm going to be talking about what's going on this weekend. Originally I had wanted to actually go through the newspaper, but this is falling on a great weekend, which is Anaheim's Wondercon. Wondercon is an offshoot run by the same people that run Comic-Con, but it's a little different in the fact that it's a little bit smaller, and because it's in Anaheim instead of San Diego, it's closer and the tickets are more affordable. I believe if you go online right now, you can still get tickets for Friday and Sunday. Friday's tickets are $25 and Sunday's tickets are $15. I might have reversed that, but I'm pretty sure that that's right. The 3-day passes are sold out and the Saturday's sold out. But what Wondercon is, and like I said, it's similar to Comic-Con. It was created back in 1987 by a gentleman who ran a bunch of comic stores and created this. So it is based on the same kind of idea that Comic-Con is, where it's focused on comics. The neat thing that I like about WonderCon is that it's not as crowded. There are still a ton of panels and other things that you can go check out. But because it's not as crowded, you can actually get to see the stuff. They still focus on comics. They still focus on games. WonderCon is kind of more known a little bit more about gaming, so there'll be a lot of different games there. Another thing that I want to share with you that I'm going to put down in the comments or a link description down below is this last week I did a filming with a friend of mine where we actually played a tabletop game. The video's not up yet, but depending on when you're watching this video, I will put a link down at the bottom of that game. We played FIREFLY, which, if you know the TV show, similar, and so that will be down in the bottom when I have that link, when James posts that link onto his YouTube page as well. So that's something you can check out depending on when you're watching this video. It might already be down there, or it'll be coming up shortly. But back to WonderCon. So they're focused on games. They still have comics. There's going to be panels and other things like TV and film. Not quite as focused on TV and film as, say, San Diego Comic-Con, but still really cool and a lot of fun. And of course, one of my favorite things is the cosplay. And what cosplay is, it's people that create costumes. They spend a lot of time and sometimes lots and lots of money, sometimes not as much money, but they put a lot of time into creating these costumes. I've done a few myself. I'll post some pictures in a second and talk about it. But they've basically created these costumes and you embody this character. Now, whether that character may be the actual character from a comic or a movie or TV show, or of something of your own creation, an amalgam of something. But basically you get excited and you go around and you post for pictures, which, being a photographer, I get super excited about. Let's go over to some of the photos right now that I have, some of the costumes that I've done. This first costume here is one of my very first costumes that I've made. It was, as you can see, it's a Star Wars costume. It's an X-Wing pilot, and when I create a costume, I try and create a costume that's more based on as if I were a character in the movie. So the paint scheme on the helmet there is my own design, kind of my own character. It's based on of a water planet because I'm a scuba instructor in real life. I wanted it to be something a little bit more water-oriented type of characters. And so here's my X-Wing pilot. This costume is, as you can see, from Tron Legacy. And this is a costume that does, in fact, light up. I learned how to solder and deal with this light tape. So this was my Tron Legacy costume. And once again, it's got its own motif. The green instead of the blue or the red. Each character has its own. Green means either a virus or a military program. White is fighting for the user. Blue can be considered a user, good guys. The orange characters or the red characters are generally the bad guys. So my character was a military program. I'm a scuba diving program. So that's kind of my own motif on that one. And then this costume I have is an X-Men costume that I made with a group of friends that we all did kind of X-Men style. And once again, what I did is this was more of a last-minute costume that I put together. My own motif of kind of a modern-day X-Men, like what they did with the movies with the leather. And yet still having, like, you know, the X's and the military straps and harnesses and things like that. So that was my X-Men costume. Okay, so I also am working on something new right now for this year's Comic-Con. I'm not going to show anything yet. I may break down and release it, but I'm basically working on a How to Train Your Dragon costume, working with leather, learning how to deal, teaching myself, you know, all the stampings and all the cuttings and the wet molding and all this other stuff. So I'm working on this new costume for How to Train Your Dragon 2. Which the movie is coming out in June, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll have it ready by July. So that's basically the episode this week. I wanted to talk a little bit about Wondercon down in Anaheim. If you're going down to Anaheim this weekend, make sure you come and say hi to me. If you see me, I'll be walking around. I'm going to be doing photos this weekend. I'm not going to be dressing up, but I'm going to be doing lots of photos. I'll have both my cameras, tripod, light stand, trying to get all the cool shots. And then maybe when I'm down there, depending on time, I might do a little intro add-on while I'm down in Anaheim, probably from my phone, and just upload it quickly to YouTube. So that's basically it. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you share the videos. If you have any questions about anything about WonderCon this weekend, make sure you leave comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them quickly. But I'm going to be down there Friday, Saturday, and I'm not quite sure about Sunday, but I'm thinking Sunday is going to be going to make happen, so that should be cool. Share the videos with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and whatever it is you're doing this weekend, make sure you go out and find your passion.